ekikaaju munoonye nalo bandi mu kukuuta era nga gye ndaga natera okutuuka ne mpulira awoggana n'enkyuka okulaba anyirira agudde mu kinnya ng'akibuuka teyakisukka mu bimpimpi takibuuka nze nasookayo okumuyamba n'akibuuka masinafulumya kigambo nansooka kumanyi yegwe Sylvester mwayimba akaseera akayimba kanyuvu bambi onyirira olabika kavu kambuuze ofaayo bwe twemanye nnyo ebikukwatako nfaayo nnyo kituufu ddala bampa akaseera naye tebyagenda bulungi olw'embeera mbamanyi abayimbi muli benzi nesonywa nafuna eddenzi erimponya abateezi avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba okola erinnya kulinga nfudu ate okulyonoona munye musubi si kyakabi tusabe omutonzi atusomose awabi naffe tweyambe muno mu kabi abamu ensonga bagikutteka na bwala okolebwako tebakulinda kwala tereera nga tonnasimbibwa njala ogwera mu kadukulu ebibbe tebyala n'abavubi bakoye envubu embi ab'obuyinza bali mu kuwonja bamulya buto emiti emito gigigumiza ekibira omulanga guve waggulu paka ku bato olwaleero mukitegeere si buli alyezize ntyabbanzibe oba buli ava mu kiyaye timuyaaye si buli afande nti alye enguzi ebyo bye byange avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba.
Welcome to the Creative Industry Talk. My name is Okila, and my guest this week on the program is a Ugandan musician. He's a rapper, an educator, a freelance styler, and of course, events manager, events organizer for hip hop, and a man who has been enriching lives of people who are upcoming artists in the music industry in Uganda, particularly on the hip-hop genre of music. And of course, he is a man of his own weight. Sylvester Kabombo, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for the invite.
It's been forever.
Yeah, it is, you know, but finally we're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to start from a lighter note of, you know, people knowing, you know, COVID-19 has been there, and somehow people have forgotten about who we are. Some people don't know who we are. They just see you on the street, don't know. But from a nutshell, who is Sylvester Kabombo? Are you Ugandan? If yes, what are the values that define you as a Ugandan?
Sylvester is a Ugandan, rap artist from the duo commonly known as Sylvester and Abrams.
Yeah.
You know, we've been around for a long time, from the early, from the earlier steps of the hip hop culture when this whole thing was just beginning, you know, like from the 90s, you know, to the 2000s, doing different things behind the scenes and on the scene. I do a lot. I do a lot. Yeah.
And from the ancestry point of view, if somebody is
Yeah.
looking for you, are you a Ugandan? Which part of this country do you come from? You know, the country now has too many people.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. I come from the central.
Okay.
Well, I come from the central, but as far as I know.
Yes.
As we understand, there are so
Yes.
many intermarriages now.
Yes.
You say you're from the central, then some people are like, no, but you don't look like from the central.
Yes.
You look like you're from the Eastman West and stuff like that. So, but as far as I know, I'm from the central.
Yeah.
Some people push me different.
Yes. So central being the Buganda.
Yes.
Yes.
Uganda.
Okay. And when you talk about Buganda, which part of Buganda?
Some people say I'm American,
Yes,
things
yes.
like those.
Well, you look one from the beard. You look one from the beard. Yes.
Yeah.
But welcome to the program. So,
Thank you.
welcome to the Creative Industry Talk. This program is conceptually very grounded program that looks at hip-hop music, look at creative industry, look at creative people, creative hearts, and we want to be able to have a platform where we can hold ourselves accountable for the things we're doing, where we can talk about the things we're doing, where we can create and co-create and be able to share our work out there so that people can be able to buy into it or be part of it. And I believe that creative thinking is a process where everybody is creative, but only the bold people are able to take a step to bring something out. And so we want to welcome you to this program today to basically discuss your work.
Thank you.
And I want to start from a very light note, Sylvester. Let's take us through the journey of you getting into the music industry, the background of Sylvester and Abrams, or maybe Abrams and Sylvester, and then to Sylvester now.
Yeah, well, that was in the the early 90s.
Yeah.
1992. 1992, that's when we really started to, writing, and performing in school, putting down something, So it started there with, of course, various influences, local and international. Then we performed in schools. We were always very happy to perform, and whenever they would call out anyone who has a song, always Sylvester and Abrams came out first in school to present something. So during our school time in primary, we were known because we're always free to express. We're always free to express what we have with the people. So the audience has been like a part of us. Since the beginning. Of course, there was challenges were so many. Then, if you remember, there was only one TV station then. So you find that if you need anything other than what they're playing, you have to look for it. You have to find out getting it. So our cousin brothers were collectors. One was already a celebrity, Simon Bess Kalema. We grew up there. So there was a constant overflow of music. From US, from Jamaica, and so many other countries. So he was an influence himself, being an artist, living with him, and then the music that is coming in. So that's what I picked up. Right now, there's so many influences. You just look left, you see an influence. Right, there's an idol, but then there were very few. So it was really quite challenging. Then. The late 90s, early 2000s, more events started coming up. We almost featured on almost all the events that happened around Kampala during that time. And those are school events, public events, and we still have more of those posters. So, but what I like about that time is that it made us performers, like the artist who started around that time, not just that, even in the 80s and 70s, but the time before social media, let me say, the artist who started before social media, those challenges that we faced during that time made us performers, because you had to write a song, perfect it, perform it, without being on radio, without being on social media. But right now, you can just release a song and just throw it up there. Then concerts were radio. There were TV and radio stations. So you're performing a song that people don't know, but you have to make sure they like it.
Yes.
You know. But right now you go on, you know, you got to perform
Everything passes.
when at least people know a few lines of your song because they have watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
They have, you know, watched it on Facebook.
Yeah.
So at least they know the hook. So then it was really challenging. So there are so many, I cannot really say everything, but there are so many things that have changed for one who is just starting up compared to
what you guys were.
What you guys
went through.
Yeah.
I want to just take you a little bit back, Sylvester, just from the point of, you know, the beginning of hip hop. How did you end up in hip hop music as a young boy or young boys? And then, how did you end up even singing? How did you even started from?
I understand. But as I said, one of the first influences was our cousin,
Simon Base Kalema.
Yes, Simon Base Kalema. And then the music videos. They used to bring music videos, you know, of artists. Like then, music videos were like movies, and people used to hire a tape of music videos, just plain music videos, nothing else, which is uncommon now. But then it was the in thing. I come to you and let me say you'd visit the video library and you just.
I remember it used to eat my 100 shillings back in the days.
Yes, because they own one TV stations and they were not playing so much of that. So I think the expression, I don't know how, but I felt like the way people were expressing, the way they were using their hands to show action, you know, to tell a story, the gestures, the lifestyle, the dress code, you know, and the flow of words, you know, with rhythm. I think it was natural. I was like, okay, this is a thing for me. Maybe I should give it a try. So that's why I was. I can't say it was magic, but at that time, I felt like it's the best expression. It's how I can express myself fully. You know, the lifestyle, the dress code, you know, all those things. You know, the slangs, the proverbs. Like, it was just an automatic thing, and I was like, okay, maybe I should give it a try and see how it goes.
I just want to just take you a little bit back to, you know, a lot of people see you on the streets and don't know whether you have gone through some hard times, you know, and some young person.
You don't have to look your
exactly like your past, and some young man is seeing you right now and saying, man, I want to be like Sylvester. You know, undoubtedly, you are one of the best writers we have and the storytellers we have. When somebody listens to your music, it's very inspirational, it's very encouraging. It leads to the transformation of the life of the person. When I wrote about you, that you're coming to the show, a lot of people reached out to me from all over the place. There are rappers in the US, the Ugandans are like, yeah, man, that guy is our guy. And then, you know, 2 or 3 people said, I've been looking for that guy. I've been wanting to meet that guy, including, you know, people from our team members here. I guess it's because of the way, the flow of the music, the message in the music. I want to take you to a moment, Sylvester. Somebody out there is watching you right now and don't know how to get into writing. But also a parent out there never thought that hip-hop is a place to go. Music was an abomination for many parents. How did you deal with that with your parents, and how did you deal with that with your, you know, how did you end up not being a doctor?
I was a rebel.
Tell us about being a rebel leader.
I really, like parents of this era, I mean, it's easier for the parents of this era to support their kids who want to pursue music. Because we have door-to-door role models. I mean, as I've said, you look left, there's an OB who is making it big. You look right, there's an OG who is making it big. There are so many door-to-door role models. Then, if you ask like most of the artists like in the 90s who were starting up, you find that their whole list is filled up with American artists. Or Jamaican artists, or whatever. You know, but right now things have changed. That someone can mention his inspirations, his idols, and he doesn't mention anyone from US or from UK. So things have changed now. That the parents can see, they also see the person talking about. They have read about him. They have seen him grow, and all those things. Then it was a challenge. You had to you have to be a rebel. Go against whatever they say. If for example, like and you know the punishment, as you know, parents used to give. You know, if you come beyond this time, there's no food. You know, things like that. So like, okay, at least let me miss food.
Yes.
Let me grab the mic and I miss food.
Yes.
You know, so you have to find a way of, you know, balance the equation.
Yeah.
Either I miss food or I miss the mic.
Yeah.
And you know, these events used to happen once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, so you're like, okay, I can have food the next day.
Yes.
I'll have food at night. Or sometimes you lie that you have a Saturday, you know, school session, yet actually you don't.
Yes.
So you had to find a way of getting out of the home.
So that's what you term as a rebel.
Yeah, because you're going against, you know,
the rules.
Yes, you know, the rules. And secondly, you felt that this is the thing for me, but there was no way to there was no way to make them believe that that is the thing for you.
Yeah.
That is a wise, you know, direction to take. That is
they wanted you to be a doctor. They wanted you to be an engineer.
Yeah, but so the challenge was making them believe that you're taking a right decision. And of course, many thought that you cannot, pursue art or music and still be concentrative in books.
Yeah.
So that was really another challenge, because they felt that you're going away every Saturday to perform whatever you know, and of course you like losing focus. That was their worry.
Yeah.
Yes, you can say, yeah, no, I can read books and you know and then do music at the same time. That argument was there, but their worry was you losing focus.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm telling you, all the events where we performed, that you know, all the events we went against the rules.
Wow.
You either come back late and say, I've been to this friend of mine, when actually you've been somewhere else.
And you are caned as well.
Yeah, so, but those are the consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that now it's very much easier. A parent drops a kid to a concert.
Yeah.
A parent drops his kid to a concert and picks him after.
Which was an abomination back then.
And picks him after,
Yeah.
you know. So things are changing. So the parents of this era now are much, you know, they're more relaxed when it comes to dealing with issues concerning their kids who want to join art.
Wow.
Because they have seen it,
Paying
they have
off.
read about it.
Yeah.
They have seen it paying off, they have read about it. They know these people. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that my start wasn't really easy. I didn't have the support. I can't lie about that.
Yeah.
There was no support. Yeah. And it took time for them to know that we were doing music.
Yeah.
Until someone brought a videotape, a video recording of one of the nights at DV8.
Okay.
Someone brought it home.
Yes.
Now, that's the fact that there was no social media, it was easy for you to keep something away from
parents.
Yes.
People for some time.
Now, I'm telling you, now it's like this. From 92 to around early 2000, something like that.
Yeah.
We were doing music during that time, and they didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know, because we knew that if we want to do this without interference, we have to keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now, you can't keep something to yourself with social media. You can't.
Yeah.
So when someone took, he's called Twist, you know Twist.
Yes.
Twist used to come and film. Yes, Kanyike. He used to come and film sessions at DV8.
Yes.
So we performed in one of those sessions, and he took the video there. Oh my God, they were like, they saw an experience, and they're like, how did they get here? How did they get to this
Yet
level?
they are always home at this time.
Yes. You're always home, you're performing well in school,
Yes.
you're doing house chores.
Yes.
They're like, they were so surprised.
Yes.
You know. So it was a good thing, but of course, you know, the start to get to that level wasn't really good.
Wow.
So you had to accept that I cannot be supported by my family. They don't understand what there's something that I like passionately, but they don't understand it. And you had to accept it. But right now, parents, they've seen it. They've seen it. Barabieko, Yeah, Barabieko.
Wow, what did you try there, Sylvester? We're going to go for a break, and of course, we want to welcome everybody out there who is watching this program from all across the world. It's the Creative Industry Talk. My name is Okila, and of course, I'm talking to Sylvester Kabombo, who is a Ugandan musician, a rapper, and of course an educator, a man who has been pouring into the young lives of musicians who are upcoming, rappers who are upcoming, doing all these things. We're going to play one song from Sylvester and and Abrams back in the days called Lemera Ko, and I think we got the inspiration from that song. Lemera Ko coming up, and we'll be right back after this.
Sylvester Abrams. This goes out to our fallen soldier Pitek, aka Paul Mwanda, and to all those people in the everyday struggle. Mulemereko. Yokolanga biganye, lemerako. Abatagaliza basuse, lemerako. Kumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako. Yokolanga byesibye nnyo, lemerako. N'abatesi betawula nnyo, lemerako. Kumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako.
Mu buli kintu wabeera wakufiriza, abamusanyu kyokola abo bakiyimiriza, era atambula akwogerako nti takukkiriza, oyo mugereko mpola yagala kuzikiriza, wezimba buli kyogulirewo kimunyiza, kasita otegedde bambi tomala budde, anyiga ng'okulaakulana mwesaleko, gwe tolekera okulana maanyi era omuyiteko, kola bibyo teekayo omwoyo, balinyuma ebyafaayo, ovudde wala nnyo kati olinye amadaala, era ofuna sente zikuyisa mu lunaku, olya onyirira tokaaba nnaku, sikugwe weka aboogeddwako bangi, kati tolekerera ssaala kubanga kyekijinji, boogere nga bamala budde oliba ofunye siringi.
Byokolanga biganye, lemerako. Abatagaliza basuse, lemerako. Gumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako. Byokolanga byesibye nnyo, lemerako. N'abatesi betawula nnyo, lemerako. Gumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako. Yo nkoye abatagaliza bannaabwe, essanyu lyabwe kulemesa nze naawe kaleraba. Goita mukwano gogwe musaba kapira bakube ndobotero ove mu kisaabwe ensi bwetyo, era sagala bokana yenna obosi busa genda buzeko mulala yenna. Tulina okwegendereza abatuwabula kuba abamukubbo bafa kimu kutulemesa naye era bwe basembera gwe lwanyisa embeera ojja kumalako nga Nelson Mandela. Abantu bangi bagala okujja ku byokola bakwogerera ebigambo n'ebyo tobifaako gwe lemerako ekiganye ndamugezeeko, ojja kuba muwanguzi abalemesa baveeko. Natandika mpola akatira bajendi kugumikiriza n'amaanyi sibinywera mmindi. Byokolanga biganye, lemerako. Abatagaliza basuse, lemerako. Gumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako. Byokolanga byesibye nnyo, lemerako. N'abatesi betawula nnyo, lemerako. Gumikiriza, lemerako. Tuli balumungo wangudde, lemerako.
Ensi eno opangirira ofuna obusente bwo osobole okwezimba olyeko obulungi, so ku mabbali nga waliwo abakulaba obubi b'osuubira nti bali kusanyukidde olw'enkulaakulana yo, naye nze nkuzaamu essuubi. Kimanya ebintu si byangu, naye olina ensonga lwaki wasalawo okola ekyo ky'okola, n'olwekyo si kirungi obiveeko. Nedda saagala obiveeko, omweyogereze takusuuza akayanziko. Gwe fuba nnyo okulaba ng'obeesalako, bwe batyo bakutogera balina kye beekoleddewo.
Yo togwa musuubi Sseruganda ne bw'olaba nga kiri bubi, sigwa singayo okuba obubi, okubonaabonako kimanye si y'enkomerero, kola n'amaanyi ebyokaaba obikomerero.
Basaasidde abakaaba mu kifo ky'okulemerako, omuddawo ne mwekubagiza nga twalaba buuza ssenkaaba. Amazima tewali kyekola kyokka bintu byakutoba,
museno ejudde ab'ennugu naye katonda bw'akuwa omukisa mwena njagala mukimanye teryasobola kuzibikira ne bw'akolima bagamba ekikolimo ky'enkoko tekitakamunye bajja kulaba ng'owangudde nabo beewunye byokola nga biganye lemerako abataagaliza basusse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumu ng'owangudde lemerako byokola nga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumu ng'owangudde lemerako byokola nga biganye lemerako abataagaliza basusse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumu ng'owangudde lemerako byokola nga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumu ng'owangudde lemerako. Yo, in whatever you do in life, you should never give up. One day you'll succeed, cause nothing comes easy in life. Sylvester and Abrams, we are never gonna stop.
Welcome back to the program. Lemerako right there, a song coming out from Sylvester and Abrams back in the days. The song that I love the most, one of the best songs, for me, from you guys. It has a lot of message in there. Lemerako, chokola. Whatever you do in life, stay focused to it. Stay. Don't lose your hope, don't lose your grip on it. I love the song, and that brings me back to conversation we're having, Sylvester. And of course, we want to invite everybody out there, to welcome to the program, and of course share this link far and wide. Sylvester is here in the studio with me in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, springing out to the rest of the world, and we're talking about running, hip hop music as a business, all right? Running hip-hop music as a sustainable business in Uganda and beyond. Is it possible? We've got Sylvester here, Kabombo, who is a Ugandan musician, hip-hop artist, a social entrepreneur, educator, freelance project manager, and an event organizer. Of course, right here on the Creative Industry Talk, we are discussing something very fundamentally important to the growth and development of music industry in Uganda. Subscribe and share it far and wide on our YouTube channel right there. Sylvester. Yeah. A lot of people don't know, that everything we do in life, we've got to be, consistent about what we're doing. Yeah. Take us through this song a little bit. What was the inspiration behind this song? Was it because of the background that you've told us? I mean, how did it come about?
Yes.
Lemerako.
A bit of that, personal experiences and experiences around us. Inspired that song, I mean, day-to-day issues that that we go through, not just artists but anyone who is out there having a constant battle to make it big in life, to achieve something in life. So it's a song that inspires everyone. That's why you find that even people who are not into music, they feel inspired by the song. So day-to-day issues that we go through. Of course, we had challenges then as artists, but at the same time, the song was directed to everyone out there.
Okay. Sylvester, we're talking about running hip-hop music as a sustainable business. Is it possible to run hip-hop music as a sustainable business? Does it pay the bill? Can a person survive on it as an artist, as a creative mind? Is it possible?
Yes, it is possible, but it takes, several steps and players to make it happen. If you look at where hip-hop music began and where it is now, there is a huge difference. First then, it was hard to even talk about hip-hop business because there were very few players, very few people who had access to record studios, to professional music videos. So you find that there was that time for the sector to grow, to have people that you can count on for a very good show. Very few then had their own songs. Some were biting lyrics. Some were not having original music. So before even you get into that, you can't even talk about business then. But that era was very, very important because that's why we're talking about business now. Because that era of some of the artists that you've never heard of, but actually were very, were you know, they laid a brick, you know, they put a brick, they inspired people. Some didn't have access to studios, but they did performances, and in one way or the other influenced others to begin. So right now, like a lot has changed now. There's a crowd. When we started, there was nothing like a hip hop audience, like a hip hop crowd. Like how artists say now, no, I'm doing this for hip hop only.
Yes.
If you don't like hip hop, don't listen.
Yes.
He wasn't there then, because that audience wasn't there.
Yeah,
We're fighting for the same audience.
Yes.
That's why you see that all those concerts I've been talking about.
Yeah.
The lineup had almost everyone.
Yeah.
Dancehall, Mosh, you know, Mad Tiger,
Yes,
whatever.
yes,
You understand?
yes.
Two man.
Yes.
We're all fighting for the same mic.
Yes.
So there was nothing like, oh, I have a hip hop crowd.
Yes.
Oh, I have a dancehall crowd. It was just one audience. So you had to basakata muziki
Yes.
and win them over.
Yeah.
So right now, someone can comfortably say, oh, I'm doing this for the hip hop crowd, for the hip hop fraternity. That word wasn't even there. How are you going to use it?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that those time we're creating the audience.
Yeah.
We're fighting for the audience. The competitions, we're in the same competitions with people doing other genres of music.
Yeah.
Same competitions. To a time now where someone can comfortably say, I'm doing this for hip hop.
Yeah.
Have a hip hop group where you have a database of hip hop fans. So, but that's because of the sweat and the time that the people came before put in.
Yeah.
So, so we're at level where you can say at least I can earn something from hip hop music or from hip hop as a culture. So we're at that step now. But now, finding ways you can do it is very, very important, because a business is a commercial activity.
Yes.
Means that if something's not commercial, it's not what?
Yes.
It's not a business.
Yes, yeah.
So how are you going to make it a business? That's where you have to look through, either get people to, well, understand that most of the time start as solo artists. You find that as a solo artist, you have to do everything.
Yeah.
Everything for yourself.
Yeah.
That era of, I remember way back, some people used to say like, I'm looking for a man, like that, like the statement, I'm looking for a manager, used to be very common then.
Yes, yes.
Because people used not to accept that there are no managers until you do something.
Yes.
For
yourself.
Yes, until you do something for yourself. So it used to be a common statement for artists, I'm looking for a manager. Oh, I'm looking for a manager. I have music, I'm looking for a manager.
Yeah.
But the industry, our sector is different.
Yeah.
You have to do something. If you sit on yourself and say you're looking for a manager, then you never get them.
Yes.
Because most of the managers we have in Uganda, by the way,
come
after an artist has blown up.
Yes.
He has done something. And then he's done hiring the manager.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a manager who's going to hire you and then invest in you, that's going to take time. So as a solo artist, you find that you have to do almost everything, and then along the way people come and support, So looking at your craft, how you can make a business out of it, either directly or indirectly, it means you need to, you have to think, but you need a team. They might not be your permanent team members, but share a word with someone like, okay, how can we make this a business?
Talking of that, by the way, Sylvester, I would interject a little bit to just say this to you. A lot of us out there, the young people, don't know that the steps that you're talking about are very key. And the things that we're talking about here are not things that you find on the street very easily. I want you to share something that is very fundamental. Having gone through all of these things, when was the first time you first held your first cash hanging out of the music you and Abrahams, and how did it work for you guys? How were you feeling when you first handed it and you say, yeah, this is coming out of music? Did you buy something for your parents? How did you
first, before I get into that, I'm happy that we are discussing this.
Yes.
Because then there were no talk shows like this.
Yeah.
Most of the artists of that era, not not just musicians, but even DJs.
Yes.
You had to learn by seeing someone do it.
Yes.
Because people didn't know how to teach.
Yes.
I mean, you can't teach what you don't know.
No, yeah.
So you find that for the DJs, you had to first lift wires and cables, and you see how it's done. But now you're pressing buttons, you don't know even what they call them. But because you know, if I do this, it makes that. But if they bring you someone to teach them, you cannot. Because teaching is a skill.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing for music. That we have a generation that can teach music.
Yeah.
But
share their experience, which they didn't. Were not given
then
back
there were very few. Even just hearing of a work. Yes, we had professional musicians like Afrigos and the like, but workshops were. I think I had never heard of a workshop from in that era, like someone holding a workshop for musicians to teach them how to write, teach them how to conduct themselves,
to brand,
teach them about leadership, personal development, interpersonal skills and stuff like that. That was unheard of, you know. So but right now there are, platforms that someone puts a platform just for that. Yeah. So it's a very good thing that we are discussing this, because it was unheard of then. Yeah. So it shows how the sector has grown. Right. First time, what was the first time? First time I grabbed. Well, there were a few, maybe the bigger amount, but of course the few small payments. From small performances. Yes. But the first time I had something that was really good was in 2001. Yeah. Me, Sylvester Abrams, and our colleague Fredo, we featured in a play called King Oedipus by the literature play by the Sophocles. It was on the school syllabus. Yes. Yeah. So the director of Alliance Française then was a friend to the director of Sharing Center. Yes. And you know what used to happen at Sharing Center. Yes. So one time during the competitions for youth in the new millennium, we're getting to the new millennium. Yes. So there was a singing competition, and the theme was youth in the new millennium. Yes. Actually, we won, Sylvester Abrams. Yes. We are one of the winners during that competition. Yeah. So the director of Alliance was one of the judges. Yes. He liked our performance so much. It was very energetic, the composition. Then at that time they were doing that play. Yeah. The play had very top names, like Philip Luswata, Bob Kisiki, Herbert Chinove.
These are the guys you used to look at from far and you admire and say, I wish I could even just talk to these guys.
Sabo, and so many.
And I know there are some 6 more in there.
So many others. So we had no, that was 2000s. Yes. I think very few people had mobile phones then. They were still expensive.
2000,
2001, they were expensive. So we didn't have a phone. Yeah. And now the director they discussed with the director of Alliance Sharing. Yes. Gio was on board, and they would like to have us feature in the play. Yes. That was still in its development stages. Yes. To feature with rap music, like in intervals. Wow. That was something new. I was like, well, we're very happy, but it took, looking for us was a problem. Remember, some didn't have a phone. Yes. We didn't have phone numbers. Yes. We didn't have phone. Yes. We didn't have phones, and so we didn't have phones. Yes. And if I remember well, some also didn't have one. Yes. So he had to find a way of looking for us. Yes. It was a challenge. So he sent someone to Kampala SS, where we were, to look for us and give us, the news. Now, the most interesting part is that, yes, technology like mobile phones were not a common thing then, but there is a way we go to each other that is so interesting. These days, when someone's phone goes off,
they are off.
They're off completely. You find a challenge looking for them. Yeah. But then we knew how to go about some things that he doesn't have a phone. Yeah. So where does he hang out? These days we don't even know where some people hang out. Yeah. But then you had to know where someone hangs out on a Saturday. Where is he? On a Friday. And we used to connect with people. Yeah. So some got us, we had the meeting. It was a very wonderful experience.
Yes.
And it was a sold-out concert. It was 3 days. Schools came and they were left outside because the tickets were sold out. They asked for more, like that we stage it again the next weekend.
Yes.
But that the director was like, I think it's just enough for those who have missed.
Yes.
Hopefully next time. But of course there was no next time. Yeah. But it was a very, very nice performance, sold out. Kids were screaming whenever they didn't even bother listening to what we were saying. Whenever we got on stage in the intervals, so we were rapping about what is about to happen, in question form.
Yes.
So we're not giving the answers.
Yes.
So the moment they opened the curtains, Sylvester Kabombo started screaming. They didn't even bother listen to the message.
Yes.
It was a very nice, because we're already big.
Yes.
on the local scene.
Yes.
We were not on radio and TV,
yes.
but we were big in schools.
Yes.
In schools and public places.
Yes.
So just that name, Sylvester Abrams, whenever curtains opened, it went crazy. We signed autographs,
Yes.
I think that was my first time signing an autograph.
Yes.
Yeah, if I remember well.
Wow.
So the payment was really, really nice. The
I want to tell us how much was the first handing there, because we're talking about, is it possible now? Yes.
Yeah, I think it was, if I remember well,
Yeah.
I think it was 400.
Yeah. Wow.
But there was a per diem for rehearsals to keep you going throughout the rehearsals.
Yes.
And that per diem, of course, didn't include food. It was just something for you to transport you.
Yes.
And of course, we got into the network of of the Philip Swatters and
the big names now.
The big names, the playwrights, and all that stuff. So we got into that network now.
Yeah.
That was our first time to know, I think, if I don't remember well, Chinobe Herbert.
Yes, Herbert Chinobe.
I think it was our first time.
Yes.
Herbert.
Very talented man. Yes.
So Philip Swatter, we were seeing him on TV. So we broke into that network now of people, like the theater audience.
Yes.
We broke into the theater network. Yeah. So it was a very nice experience. I think it was 400,000 then, if I remember well.
Yes. Which is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
I wonder, what did you do with the money, by the way?
Of course, I wasn't paying rent, so.
Did you go back home, give Muse something?
I wasn't paying rent, so of course I didn't spend it in clubs. I didn't spend it in clubs.
I'm sure you went.
But nice shoes. At least I've always spent on myself wisely. I've always spent on myself wisely. So just nice shoes, look good. T-shirts, and I don't remember what I did with the rest. But it was, and then after that they took us to a buffet. All the people, the actors, people who were involved in the production at Normal Gallery. Oh my God, that was my first time to go at Normal Gallery and not spend my money.
And you were eating at the high table also. Wow, so it is possible.
So it was a special treat that should motivate you. It wasn't even about the money we got. But the network we broke into. The audience. That's because you can spend the money today and it's gone. Yes, but how have you benefited from the people you've met along the way? That's very important. Your network is your net worth. So you can have the money, it can go in a minute. But how are you able to make that money again? How are you able to reach out to those people? So that was very
Sylvester, just before we go for a break, I want to take you straight to this last question now. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, of course, we're going to discuss a little bit more on the workshops now. So it is possible, I want us to put that question up there so that people can actually follow. We're talking about, running a hip-hop music as a business and sustainable business in Uganda and beyond. Can you run it in Uganda here? Is it possible in Uganda here? And can we do it beyond Uganda? Is it possible in your way, in your mind, in your thinking, and in your experience? Is it possible?
Yes. It is possible. But as I've said, it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. Right now, I'm not as hungry for music or for success as I was then.
Yes.
That's why I keep telling the artists that I meet in these workshops that there are things that I cannot achieve, but you will achieve.
Yes.
So don't make me be the epitome of
your thinking.
Yeah. of success.
Yeah.
No, yes, we achieved, we played our part in the sector for so many years.
Yeah.
But we're not the epitome of knowledge and success and everything.
Yeah.
You can go beyond us. You can achieve more.
Yeah.
You have to be hungry. So we achieve those things through challenges, through so many challenges.
Yeah.
But all those events that I'm talking about were paid events.
Yeah.
You know, we went to Zanzibar 2006.
Yes.
At the ZIF Festival.
Yes.
I think ZIF Festival,
Yes.
in Zanzibar. It was a paid experience.
Yes.
Then we performed. And so many even within Uganda. So much as that, as I said this earlier, that yes, most of us aiming for the mainstream,
Yes.
be playing on radio and TV, that's what everyone would love.
Yeah.
But you can still make money even when you're not on the mainstream,
Yeah.
if you put yourself together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, it is possible, but it's a gradual process.
Yeah.
How are you going to push yourself?
Yeah.
Do you have because and I also keep saying this in the workshops, that you need to know your people.
Yeah.
Either 10 or 100 fans that can buy your CD.
Yes.
You need to know them.
Yeah.
How many are they and at what price? So you don't need, there are people who actually believe in you. They don't have to wait for you, to play on radio and play massively. There are always those people that begin with you. So
who understand your music.
and this is what I keep saying.
Yes.
To the artists that we program at the festival.
Yes.
That can you bring 100 people? Because most of the times when we program them, they rely on the audience, like on the Baimba audience.
Yes.
Oh, Baimba has an audience. Yes, Baimba has an audience, but what can you add to the to the audience?
Because you have to bring your audience in there.
Yes.
Because those are the people who pay you. Those are the people who are
Yes.
paying so that you can earn money.
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever I've been lined up for a performance, I don't rely on the audience the organizer is going to bring.
Yeah.
I lie about my audience. Let him bring his,
Yes.
and bring my people.
Yeah.
And that's why when posters come out,
Yeah.
I have to spread them.
Yeah.
So this is very important, that if you've been lined up
Yeah.
to perform,
Yeah.
can you bring 100 people? Do you have the capacity? Can you bring 100
Does your
people?
music speak that well? And
That you
appeal to
can bring
people
100,
and
just
encourage
100 people.
Yes.
Can you bring 100 people?
Wow.
Some people cannot even bring people to come and watch them for free.
Yes.
So that's when you have to check yourself. Can you bring 100 people?
Yeah.
Can you bring 50 people to come and perform at the festival?
Yeah.
Or at your concert anywhere? It's very important. That's where it begins.
Yes.
Before you talk about business,
Yes.
if you can't bring 100 people
You have no business talking about
to
business.
pay at least either 5,000,
Yes.
the lowest 5,000,
Yes.
then you can't talk about me. It means you need to continue nurturing your craft.
Yes.
So as much as talking about craft, business,
Yeah.
craft has to be nurtured. You need to have a database.
Yeah.
We have phones here filled with 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Are they really important to you? And I say this so many times,
Yes.
that you have people you've spent 5 years without hearing from.
Yes.
So you need to organize your data in your phone. Organize your phone. Can these people come? You have 2,000. Your phone is filled up. You're even writing on a piece of paper somewhere.
Yes. In other words, I'm
Scrutinize.
saying that if you have 2,000, they are not able to come. You
To
delete
come.
and put those who are likely
Yes,
to come.
yes. Keep updating. Phones should be like profiles, biographies.
Yes.
They have to be updated all the time.
Yeah.
So you have 2,000, the phone is full,
Yeah.
but when you send them a message, you can't even get 5 to come and watch you.
Yeah.
So those are that's where, like in simple, in simple steps, that's where business should begin.
Wow.
Nga tunagenda ate sogera nga yasoba nti
Yasoba economics.
nedda njagala mulimo really simple nti
Yes.
you have 2,000 people in
Yes.
your phone, but can you get 100 of those to pay 5,000 or 10 and come and watch you? Buy your CD, buy your t-shirt, your cap. Is that possible? So we should first start looking into that. We fill these phones with people that don't even care about us.
Yeah.
Or even we don't let them know what we do. That is important. So
Yes.
position yourself where people can see you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to blame so much the contacts in your phone, but do they know what you do? Have you tried involving them? Do you update them? That is also important. So before you put the blame game, so have you played your role? So as I speak, I may not be the most successful artist, but if I hold an event, I have people who can pay. If I print a t-shirt, a cap, I have people who can pay it a very good amount without bargaining. You know.
I am one of them.
You're one of them, you know. And I don't sell my stuff cheaply, by the way. My t-shirts, my caps are not cheap. So if it's a concert, you know, we've held so many concerts with Abrams since way back. We've been holding our own concerts. I also said this, that don't wait to be cold. You know, start small steps. Get a small venue and hold like a small concert for your people who can pay. You know, it's a small amount
of money
Start
that can
from
sustain
there.
you, that can help you build.
Because we've had shows for 2,000 shillings way back in the late 90s. But all those were steps to achieving what we want. Right now, I can stage a concert of 10,000 and I know people who are going to pay. There are those who are willing to pay and they're not coming. And they're like, Sylvester and Abrams, this is my contribution to you. I'm not able to come. You know, that's why you know you have people. So get a small crowd, a small venue, you know. Can you get 50 people there to pay 5,000? That's the first step. Now, this doesn't need even a manager. You don't need a manager to do this.
You just have to think through.
Go to the venue, you know. Take yourself as the brand. Meet the venue owner. Discuss. Do you have the numbers? You know, he's going to give you the. Well, it's easier for you to get the place for free if he's not contributing anything on production, that is sound, on artists. He can give you the place because he knows he's going to, you know, benefit. So it's easier. So those are the first steps. The people you have in your address book, Facebook, we have 5,000. That's why I don't have a second Facebook account. I keep deleting. I said it. I don't need what I need as a second option is a page, not a second Facebook account. If Facebook tells me I have 5,000 people, create an account. Another option is delete. I take the delete. Why should I open another? I have 5,000. Why should I open another one? There are people who are down there. Some accounts were closed a long time ago. I go through, I delete. I add more people. I've been doing that for so many years. I see people with 2 accounts, 3 accounts. I'm like, how do you handle 2 accounts? You understand? And you have the same people. There, the same people there. Some are new. If you see that is, you know, things are not changing, you know, then you have to review your network. People you're hanging out with. How are you associating with them? That is also important.
Wow. Sylvester,
so those are the first steps. 50 people or 30 people. Can they pay you 5,000? Can they pay 5,000 to come and watch you perform?
Wow.
Before endorsements and everything, that's the first step.
Wow, thank you so much. This is a Creative Industry Talk. I'm talking to Sylvester Kabombo, who is a Ugandan musician, a hip-hop artist, an educator, an entrepreneur, and of course, a man who is talking and sharing the nuggets of truth of the things that he practices every single day. Creative Industry Talk will take a break, and when we come back, we'll dive into the workshops, basically leading us to what Sylvester is talking about. How do we get there? Many of you out there don't know how to get there, don't know what to do, but you're a creative thinker, you are creative, you're artist, you are a thinker, you are a creative mind, but you don't know what to do. You have a music, you have an art piece, you have something that you are doing that is a product that can go out there. Sylvester and I are going to come back after the break, and we're going to be talking about workshops and what basically happened in the workshops and what is the product of the workshop whenever we hold them. Stay right there. Creative Industry Talk. We'll be right back after this. Now, I want to take you to Sylvester's new song, or the song that we have always heard before, Omulia Mamba. Or, you know, I don't know which one you want to play. You know, the things that he talks about are songs that make sense, that people can buy into. Stay right there. I'll be right back after this break.
okola erinnya kulinga nfudu ate okulyonoona munya musubi sitya kabi tusabe omutonzi atusomose awabi naffe tweyambe munno mu kabi avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba awo lwatuuka abooluganda ng'otulabira long ego echanna mukaka wali olandiro digo bayitanga seeka yali mukwata mpola nnyo nga mukubanjeza enjuta kukaka yes nali mpankisa uwe waka ng'omwezi gugwako nga tukyaseka eyo ewamuzeyiseeka nga tewetugambula okuba kubanja nze nenanca twacacyanca kanyama yake tulya ku kyenkya lwali lumu omu kubapangisa yasiwuka empisa olw'engeri gye yeeyisa yaduka ne sente z'obupangisa emyezi ebiri teyakwatibwa kisasibwa kisa lwe lwasemba landirodi waffe otukwatibwa ekisa wowe yamamba bumaganya ekyalo abantu bakusongamu olugalo eyekwe kyalo ku kyalo abumaganya ekikaatu munoonye nalo yamamba abumaganya ekyalo abantu bakusongamu olugalo eyekwe kyalo ku kyalo abumaganya ekikaatu munoonye nalo bandi mukukuuta era nga gyendaga natera okutuuka nempulira awoggana nenkyuka okulaba anyirira agudde mu kinnya ng'akibuuka teyakisuka mu bimpimpi takibuuka nze nasookayo okumuyamba n'akibuuka masina fulumya kigambo nansooka kumanyi yegwe Sylvester mwayimba akaseera akayimba kanyuvu bambi onyirira olabika kavu kambuuze ofaayo bwe tomanye nnyo ebikukwatako nfaayo nnyo kituufu ddala bampa akaseera naye tebyagenda bulungi olw'embeera mbamanyi abayimbi muli benzi nesonywa nafuna eddenzi erimponya abateezi avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba erinnya lyo alyonoonye yawamba avumaganya ekika mulya mamba ali wonna mulya mamba weerwaneko mulya mamba.
Here at Lunkulu Island for yet another edition of the camp. As we always do, we ran a call for application months back, and so many artists applied up country. The boot camp is multilingual, so we welcome different cultures, different languages, for a free expression. As we always do, the first week is more of lectures and songwriting. And second week the audio studio. Second week we have very few lectures because we want to give the artists more time to write, because at the end of the first week the songs have to be ready, so they need more time. So that's why we have less lectures in the second week and more lectures in the first week.
So today we were looking at music business, and in music business today we are looking at what's the relationship between songwriters and artists who perform.
Welcome back to the program. My name is Okila, and this is the Creative Industry Talk, streaming live on House of Talent TV on YouTube. Go there, subscribe, and share it far and wide. We got over 1.8 million people in diaspora. All those Ugandans who live in the diaspora, we want to say thank you so much for being part of the Creative Industry Talk, growing bigger and better. And of course, we're live on Twitter, For all those of you who are cool people on Twitter, please go there, drive and listen to Sylvester speak here. Creative Industry Talk is live. We're streaming live on Facebook. Go there and share it far and wide. Subscribe and be part of the creative minds growing bigger and better. Of course, in the studio with me today is Sylvester Kabombo. We are talking about running hip-hop music as a sustainable business down here in Uganda and beyond the Ugandan borders. And I think Sylvester has been able to share quite, an enormous story right there about doing this and being successful. And one of the things we picked from there is that you have got to be patient in the process, but also need to follow. Now, we're going to the part where we're going to be welcoming Sylvester, first of all, back to the program. And we're going to go straight to a moment where we discuss some of the nuggets of truth of things that we need to share. You've talked about the workshops. You've been holding workshops for a bit, and then with Bayimba and yourself, we want to know how that goes. But before I go there, I want to just read a few comments from here, otherwise people will kill me. And I want to start from a couple of guys. I see a man here said, Omunako Munako, based in Germany, says, man, that is my guy from way back in DV8. I've always loved the duo. And of course, they are my original guys. Those guys are doing a great stuff. I have another guy here called Frank, all the way in the United Kingdom, says, I stayed up, stealing in between work and this to basically see this show. I have gone to the bathroom to watch Sylvester. Shout out to my brother, Sylvester, right there. Oh, wow, Sylvester, thank you very much. And Selena Nataro says, big up to my big brother, Sylvester. Lemerako has been a big hit. Yeah. And still he is, and still Lemerako.
Thank you.
Titan Mukisa said, thank you very much. Selena said, keep going. I've got another gentleman all the way in the United States and says, Okila, thank you very much for bringing Sylvester to the program. I live and work in the US. I'm stealing in between. My night duty is here, and I really love what Sylvester is talking about. I wish that Ugandan musicians were as real as Sylvester. I think that the hip-hop music industry has always been the best, but the problem is noise keep leading the way. I don't know what to say. Who's that? Yes. He said his name is James all the way. I think James Chintu. Noise keep leading the way, but there's things for
James,
me.
James, you're breaking my ribs, man. James, you're breaking. Let me take some more. You're breaking my ribs.
Yes. And of course, I'll read one more, guys. We don't have enough. I've got over 200 and plus messages here. Another person has said, based in Canada, Okila, thank you very much. I love this creative industry talk. I don't know why we don't have it, every single day. I think we should have these guys come and discuss every single day. But on a serious note, guys, hip-hop music has a place in our society and is one of the things that completely change our society. There are young people out there in the society that needs to express themselves. Seeing Sylvester speak like this and going back to the days of DV8 when I first saw them and Sharing Youth Center and the product of Sharing Youth Center, it made me feel like I am back home. The stories is talked about growing up and the way they used to express them, though they're still the same. They have never been able to try to become American or to be Canadian. Yeah. And the lesson for many people, Okila, if you ask Sylvester to talk about that, why is it that they have not been able to change to become Americans or to try and become Jamaicans? They are still real boys from Kawempe. Well, guys, Sylvester, thank you very much for coming. I want to say, though, to everyone here that, Creative Industry Talk is a very conceptually grounded and contextually applicable weekly television program. Yes. Our job here is to seek influence that patterns, to basically influence the patterns in the creative industry and the thinking pattern of people. To say, look, how are you thinking? In the cultural space, how are you thinking? How are you doing it? Can you share your story with others? And that's key for us. So we discuss challenges and opportunities that lies in our society that we need to fix without having to punch or point a finger to anyone. And of course, I want you to subscribe, be part of this team going big and better. Sylvester, we need to get back to this thing. We got about 20 minutes to end the show today. We're even extending the show for you because people are requesting. Let's go to the workshop. We've seen you come and talk about Lunkulu. I've seen that video you're talking about. What is this workshop about, and why are you doing workshops now? What do we aim to gain from these workshops?
these workshops have been running for a long time.
Yeah.
Since 2011.
Yeah.
From 2011 to from 2016. From
Yeah.
2011 to 2016,
Yeah.
we're doing countrywide workshops. That is, taking the trainings to the people. You know, as far as the remote areas, as far as Karamoja. Yeah. So these workshops are very, very important because they give an artist an opportunity to have a first-hand tutor or facilitator, that one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
As I've said that during our time, we were just watching things on TV.
Yeah.
Listen to a song, you don't know, how someone gets to it, but you just listen and find a way of learning.
Yes.
So it was a harder way to learn. I also talked about DJs.
Yes.
Lift speakers, they don't show you that this, just see, but not, like someone taking you through the steps.
Yeah.
So, so that's how even, like the industry was, but people were learning by gambling, trying out this, trying out that, but you don't have someone who gives you a guide.
Yes.
Like guide
this is how it is done. This is what you need to do.
Yes, this is how you need to do.
Yes,
this
the step by
how
step.
the steps to write a song,
Yes.
how to arrange it. Doing research before writing a song.
Yes.
Research about the topic. Make
Yes.
sure you have a broad way of tackling it and
Yes,
things like this.
yes, yes.
So those sessions where people give you an opportunity to, to have such experience,
Yeah.
was unheard of. So these trainings, and in most of the areas we took them to, were the very first there.
Okay.
Like in Karamoja, they had never had like an arts workshop.
Yes.
Where someone brings a DJ machine, PC DJ,
A recording
software,
Yeah.
to use, and recording studio, and they give you a direction how to use it,
Yeah.
how to write a song, the basics of dance, like all those things. So then we're doing so many things,
Yes.
not just music, but graffiti, other elements of hip hop, like graffiti and DJing,
Yes,
and breaking.
Yes, yes.
So we went to so many areas, and it was a very good experience because we're also learning new things from these people, and of course hearing their experiences that you're the first year, we've never had such a workshop,
Yeah.
or, it's a very nice thing. And from there, many artists picked up along the way,
Yeah.
started their solo careers, and they, I can say they're doing well now,
Yeah.
and they have also impacted more lives. Yeah. So then from along the way, 2013, we started, the hip hop boot camp. Now the boot camp was different from these other
workshops.
These regional workshops. They were for someone that we see has outlived the regional workshops.
Yeah.
Someone who has outlived, someone who has performed well,
Yeah.
someone who is more focused.
Yeah.
These other ones were for everyone who wanted to attend.
Okay.
But then we're like, okay, so the boot camp, let the boot camp be for that person who really wants to pursue music, who wants to pursue art, who wants to take it on seriously. So that's why there was a different criteria for someone to get in the in the boot camp. So, and it ran from 2013 to now this year 2021, we're at the local island. Yeah, but the purpose of this training was, first of all, for the artists to network,
Yeah.
learn from each other, learn fast, get first-hand information from industry players.
Yes.
That's why we have different people who come and teach in different, different things like, music and music and online, digital marketing,
yes.
songwriting, creative process, live and studio performance preparations, things you have to do before you hit, you know,
hit the stage.
You hit the stage, you hit the studio. People who have experienced, you know, so they come and share. We also have case studies, and these are people from different genres, not just hip hop music. Because
to come and share this
because there is knowledge that is general that you should have it. So, and reason why we bring all those things, because we felt that you need more than just a good song to make it up there.
Yes.
You need more than just
because
a good
you can
song.
have a good song, and if you don't have all these elements and facets together, then you are still going to fail. We've seen people who have very good songs and then they come one-hit wonders, disappear, and they don't know what to do.
And of course, through the submissions we receive at Bayimba, we realize that some people, you know, lack like some people need guidance to write, you know, to write profiles, like a press kit. Like to organize their
what you are giving out to the public.
Because you find that someone tells you that they want to be programmed. When you ask them to send their information, you find that they don't have good photographs. So these sound like minor things. A profile, photographs, contacts. But if you don't, if you not
small biography about who you are,
they sound very simple, but actually they are very, very important. Because when people keep submitting, that's when you see that this one needs guidance here, this one needs guidance here, this one needs to have professional photographs. You don't have to wait for a phone call to have professional photographs. You need to have them ready.
Every time I ask artists, I said, can you send for me a portrait photograph for this? And they says, then they run to the studio to go and take one.
And
but
you
they
find
should
that,
be there.
and you find it's not good. So organizing your press kit, having a professional, a good artistic profile that is updated, you know, using, you know, having the knowledge of how to use social media. This looks simple as well, that you have your phone, you have internet, but do you know how to engage?
What are you posting there?
And do you know how to engage people on social media? Do you know how to engage people? So we have different professionals that come and teach these things. They look very simple until you tell someone to apply. And then you start calling them. No, this photo is not good. No, this photo is, you know, just send a portrait. Just do this. So we feel these are very important elements in someone's success. Putting yourself in order. And of course,
order for you to run music as a business and a sustainable business, you need to put all these things in
all things in order. If you want to apply to a live music festival, don't send music videos. You've heard that? I repeat it. If you're applying for a live music festival, why do you send music videos? They don't want music videos. So all these are preps that we take them through. That if you want to apply anywhere, first do a background check. You know, of where you're applying. How long have they been there? What do they do? What do they consider? All those things. And put them together and send the application. So all these sound like very, very simple because someone has a phone, they have the music. But organizing and studying the event you're sending to, what do they want?
And of course, you don't need to use your cousin to do this thing. Some of us want to use our cousins or our judges to do this thing, but you need a professional person to do that. We're going to take a moment to just look at the video of the workshops. And I've seen some videos from Sylvester there, you know, to just see what do they really mean by this thing. And if you're an artist there, send us your kisses and disses coming. If you have a question for Sylvester, please drop it in there. We've got about 5-10 minutes to end the show. And we would want you to basically talk to us or to hear from you. Let's check this video out. You know, we're going to sample a couple of videos from the workshops just to tell you or to show you what this really is and how it is important for you to be part of it.
mama na yenda foke dokita kusoma mazire emirimo eyangire kokoma ira Uganda yaitwe n'umwana ntwaize buri hamu kyonka kunyambale mere baba he kwasama no kubaze bitarimo nkuyimbire ha street teyira amarap abantu bagasimire ngugondi mu bootcamp kambobere ha flow mwane no survival hip hop kanjo nabingije nakuno kufa
kata kuku ama juju bukuku slaying you with a fumu ukileta compare remember I let the rules mini idi kuku jumping kama kangaroo in the game jina langu ni babu takusambua kwa mazishi watakuimbia tarabu wanadamu takukula kama chapu chacho mini tabu survivor leta kisu taleta saba coast my story be told in a few days we ain't equal we can never be the same I'm the major key fame has a price I won't pay the fee dunondese lugambo balite banjagaliza kati basebelanga ninye katunti ngaba zola bomulambo kiramu mukagazale yomunada mama kaba tukabatiza kone tondo kujenyirwe na soka okunaba bamuchekaza basomeza nkozesa music okubulira yogere bitufo sigale yala batamu ewafebe bakulira bandi so buyimba inspirational batazi nakajaga studio nebezibe kwanga tebabiwulira ndobazi yava mu kirembo.
Songwriters and their publishers. What's the relationship between songwriters, their publishers? What's the relationship between artists and the record label?
Guys in the camp were really excited about the session. They were eager to learn because we're learning about the role of PR and branding for a hip-hop artist. It was quite interesting to hear their stories, where they're coming from, and I shared with them what branding is and what they need to brand, to know who they are, to know their values.
We've been looking at this topic, personal development. And the whole idea about personal development is someone to realize as early as possible the kind of person he wants to be, the kind of profession he wants to take, which professional line do you want to pursue, and in that particular professional line, what is your goal? Can you
doing now? There are so many things to accomplish. Some are way after the boot camp, you know. Yeah. So we first of all, the first thing is the moment they get here, the network is created. They have known each other. Some have known each other on Facebook, you know, on Twitter, on Instagram, and now they are meeting each other for the first time, you know. So it's really a great feeling. So after here, we expect them to keep in touch. That's why we have a Facebook page and a Facebook group for former, you know, boot campers, you know, if I may use that word. You know, meet new people, network, you know, record music, do collaboration.
I was invited for the Hip Hop Bootcamp 2018, and I came as a beat maker, basically. I linked up with a team, 2 teams actually, and we made some beats. And we are at the Hip Hop Bootcamp 2018. We're trying to craft some hip hop beats, and I got my team here with me. Yeah, I got my man Gray Hair right there, and his team. We are coming up with an instrumental from scratch. Yeah, and we already have a concept for it, and I'm quite confident that these gentlemen are going to pull it off. I appreciate what the Hip Hop Bootcamp is.
Wow, Sylvester, let's talk about the multilingual. I mean, this is really a very great piece of work. You've talked about multilingual, and we've seen a girl there singing in Lutoro. That's the first time I've never heard of a rapper in Lutoro, in that language. So yeah.
No, I know actually she was rapping in no, that's
Runyoro?
That's Runyoro.
Runyoro, yes, yes,
Runyoro,
yes.
Yeah, but it being a multilingual platform, it has also introduced us to, you know, languages, more and more languages, because it's an expression of culture. So people come with, you know, different languages. For example, like the first time I had Kumam. Do you know that there's a language called Kumam?
Kumam, yes.
Kumam,
yes,
but
it's between Teso and Lango, yes.
But it's a tribe of, like they have a small population.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the first time I was like, wow, what language is this? And she said there were two guys, they're Kumam.
Yes.
And they featured on the 2015 album.
Yes.
And it was sounding so nice that you're forced to ask what language it is, you know, and it sounds so nice. Then there are some languages, you know them, but you've never had someone, you know, use them in a song as an expression, you know, like Lugisu, you know, like Kejong, and so many others. Yes, others who've grown up listening to them, but we've never had someone, using them in a rap song. Yeah. So it has been an eye-opener even for us as organizers, listening to different, expressions in various languages. So we welcome everyone, to express themselves freely. And Faisal Shwewa, the director of Baimba, the first time he had Big Ben, one of the participants in the 2013 boot camp. Yes. He had him rap in Lugisu, and he thought it was a language from South Africa, like one of those languages from South Africa. Like it was sounding so nice. Yes, yes. It was like, wow, what language is this? Yes, is this from South Africa? So that's how it is. It has been an interesting journey as well, that we're discovering these languages. We know them, but we know it's a different way when someone uses it in a song as an expression. It's a very good feeling. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I want to take a moment and just before we close to just play another video right there, and so that we can see what happened in the boot camp. I've seen some videos of a lady rapping right there. Let's get into that video, and of course we're talking to Sylvester. We'll be right back after this, and after this we will definitely talk about your comments if there are any, and of course how you can get through to be part of the workshop that Sylvester is talking about and how important it is for your musical career as an artist.
If you can't handle the pressure, then you're a
Mokuzarwa nkakirotera ngobanda foka rapa kukura nkuzire mama na yenda foke dokita kusoma mazire emirimo eyangire kokomanyira Uganda ya itwenu mwana ntoize buli hamu kyonka kunyambale mere baba hekwasama nokubaze bitalimu ngwiwe zara abandi nguserwa kyonka taikale hasi kiniro musanani kugwandumbire hasi teira marap abantu bagasimire ngugondi mu boot camp kambobere ha flow mwane no survival hip hop kanju nabingi kena kuno
Mama banji batoborembera je bayitamu osange yayo mweru atugaranga ntamu anti buli lukejje empize zimuyitamu omwami akoma wewaka ngatamidde entalo n'ennyombo ngakotedde mama towanika sigala ngotoba woli siwa biwetuusaako munakutatoba ebizibu okujja byangu ogenda bisoba olugendo lwoliko lulimu okukoowa wadde oyisibwa ng'omuzibe ojja kuwangula mukama teyerabira babe ekiba kibe oline emikono amaaso toli muzibe mu byokulembeza mukama goba okulembeza yanguwa jangu gyali anakuwummuza nze Zion.
House boot camp. It's the dawn of the ball. Get your pangas, get your tools, we can't wait anymore. The streets hungry cause these niggas couldn't leave it alone. Believe it or not, it's no set for you anymore. Raising up like no the others kinda got me on top. Thinking of top, but Grammy told me never to stop. I can't paint my own picture when I can't get a crop. I'ma rhyme till it drop, that's the legacy prop. Mozi shendele nyama wenye shina. Wundreba reba shina. Kana huma nyo shena, hoka sa shena, waka na shina. Mbonde no dibraba shedede. Kama ya kashin zira, hungo bada honinga kumishegwebe. Timane huse, bakana huma nyanandu mwene. Mbide de yena, goda de yena, mbabo hui kosasa. Linda honda hui, sani kana goma kwanzoli. Duwate mbawe sinza keno manyo wuke. I came my soul conquered, I never went to sleep. I'm getting this kind of feel like I'm being whatever. This ambition so priceless, I can Black MC.
My culture. Arwatown represent the voice for the people. Gulutown representing my culture. Zitatown represent the voice for the people. When the voice I'm a bianzi lubara diandra jodi bako drozwa onreti bobia mukose makuniri mozwa bazinze koka laku karile swanzi piedra kozwa le
kwa baraka twaza Samba ribali okuruba miriti kilibuletia Kani nyoko gunyani buplilia baji myombetia Njita kwa risurwa jwa ata tedwa gata mina data That means Zata, I'm the one representing the voice for my people. Moruko hip hop, ni beria meke chonga viku mizia dungu. Ifu maria koyo maturata. Aso babo basi maganga gata. Surumbeto viku inga mupere ngwati.
Wow, well, you're listening to, of course, the sound coming from the, the boot camp. Sylvester, we even have a Luma Saba rapper. We have a man rapping from in Kakwa, and then there's one rapping in Lugbar. Yeah. I mean, these are languages, and they sound different. I mean, I almost thought that the boy was rapping in Luma Saba. He's actually rapping is an American rapper. Or starting to sound like American. And until when you said it, that's when I paid attention to. Let's talk about this.
But it shows that we know these languages by names.
Yes,
we know them by names. That okay. The Bagisu speak Lugisu, so we know the language by names, but not by sound.
Yes.
So that's why when they are put in these songs as expression, they sound like something new, and they are very rich. They are very rich. The fact that someone listens and then he asks, what language this is, it means, he's really interested. So yeah, that's, I mean, we're over 52 tribes, in Uganda. So it means those are over 52 languages spoken, So there's, there's so much. We are rich in culture, we're rich in languages. And you find that when you fuse or you make use of these languages, you speak to the person that is down there, in the village down there, and you reach out to so many people. So making it bilingual, because we didn't want to like restrict people. So that's why you find that some songs have English there, some have Swahili. Some are Ugandan, but they grew up in Swahili-speaking communities, and they feel easier to express themselves in Swahili. So we make it easier for everyone to come. So there is no bar that limits a certain language for not being part of it. And I think I want to talk about was the collaborative sessions, collaborative writing, and collaborations. It's one of the the sessions that we've had at the boot camp. And reason why this session came up is that artists always like to collaborate. That, can I have a collabo with you? Let's do a collabo. And what the person thinks about first is writing a song and going to the studio, not the life after. And I told the artist that first you need to organize yourself, and them being there, like at the boot camp, we're always there for 2 weeks. So you're recording music together, you're featuring on the songs together. It means you need to understand collaboration, that you're bringing a percentage and the other person is bringing a percentage. So after the collaboration, and this is the reason why most artists, like the big artists, turn down people who ask for collaborations, is because they think about only contributing the lyrics. Everyone is going to contribute the lyrics. What's more than that? Draw your plan, either finance the video. I mean, make that big artist, persuade him to get on the track with you. Apart from you being good, he's also good. You're all good. So what's beyond that? Share your network, that, hey, I have a network of DJs. I have, a network of radio presenters. I can finance the video, So make him interested being on the track. Because if you're saying you're writing, he's writing, it's just not enough, So, but these are things that artists don't take into.
What value are you adding?
What value are you adding besides your lyrics? Because he's also providing lyrics. So what value are you adding? So artists don't normally think about value addition. And when they are turned down for a collaboration, they get pissed. They're like, asking for a collabo, he didn't accept. But did you look into the things that can persuade him? What value addition beyond the lyrics? Because he's also going to contribute lyrics. But since you want him on the track and he has a bigger name, then it means you have to contribute more than your lyrics. You understand? Pay for studio time. pay for his transportation to there, If you remember how, Peter Miles used to do, the collaboration he had, he made the artists comfortable, to those Jamaican guys, to get on the track with him. They were very comfortable. The convenience and all those things. So those are very important, and as I said earlier, that we have all these things there at the camp to show artists that you don't put so much focus on only the song. Look into your network, look into your friends, look into your organization, how organized you are, how the preparation, even before the song comes out. So all these are important, and they should be put into consideration for you to have a firm ground.
And just as we wind up, Sylvester, I just want to ask you to say, how does one get into the boot camp or to the workshop to get there? If I am an artist or a creative artist, I don't know, how do I get to this? And then what is the process of qualification? How does one get there? I'm watching you from, deep down in Nakapiripiri,
Chana
Mukaka, or wherever, I don't know, or in a village somewhere, Yam, I don't know. How do I get there?
First, the boot camp is annually organized at Lunkulu Island. Before, it was held in various, various regions of Uganda. We used to have it organized in various regions of Uganda until when Baimba acquired the island. We felt that it's a very conducive environment. I think you've been there. It gives you a peace of mind, and when you get there, even like you limit the distractions, because you can't easily come. I mean, you can't easily come and go. There is already a barrier that we're surrounded by water. So meaning that it's not easy for people to take you away. Like I've seen some workshops that are held in Kampala. Artists normally move out. A phone rings and an artist moves out of the workshop. It happens so many times. So at the camp, there is time to concentrate because you're surrounded by water. So you come there knowing that you're going to be there for 2 weeks. So, and of course, before I forget, it's supported by Africalia. I'd like to thank Africalia for supporting it. And locally implemented by Baimba. So well, this year has ended, but of course it has been very, very challenging. The initial date for this year was in Feb. We're not able to hold it. But next year, in case we are to have it next year, please, the call will be put out, and of course the criteria that you need to, follow to be selected. You can visit our Facebook page, Youth and Hip Hop Uganda. Like it, follow it in case there's an update. Surely you'll be the first to know. Instagram, Youth and Hip Hop Uganda, at Youth and Hip Hop Uganda. No, it's at Youth Hip Hop Uganda. That's Instagram. There's no and, one word. At Youth Hip Hop Uganda. Then YouTube, youtube.com/Youth Hip Hop Uganda. So follow those, and of course Baimba pages as well. Because if there's a call, we always spread it to all our pages. So like them, follow them. You will be the first to know when the call comes out. And of course, you'll be given time to prepare for what you have to submit.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Sylvester, for coming. We've got to have to toast, to this moment of the show, and to everyone. We're going to have to toast. We want to say thank you very much for being part of the show, Growing Big and Better. And to all of you guys who send us kisses and disses, thank you very much. We've seen some of them here. We'll not be able to read them, but next week we'll definitely read some of the comments. And we want to say thank you to Sylvester, and thank you to Baimba, and to all our viewers out there, to the sound crew, camera crew, and everyone here. We're signing out. Creative Industry Talk has come to an end. Okila and Sylvester Kabombo. Until next week.
Sylvester and Abrams. This goes out to our fallen soldier Pitek, aka Paul Mwanda, and to all those people in the everyday struggle. Mulemereko. Yokolanga biganye, lemerako. Abatagaliza basuse, lemerako.
gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako
mu buli kintu wabeera wakufiiriza abamusanyu kyokola bwe bakiyimiriza era atambula akwogerako nti takukkiriza oyo mugereko mpola yagala kuzikiriza wezimba buli kyogulirewo kimunyiza kasita otegedde bambi tomala budde anyiga ng'okulaakulana mwesaleko gwe tolekera okulana maanyi era omuyiteko kola bibyo teekayo omwoyo balinyuma ebyafaayo ovudde wala nnyo kati olinye amadaala era ofuna sente ezikuyisa mu lunaku olya onyirira tokaaba nnaku sikugwe weka aboogeddwako bangi kati tolekerera ssaala kubanga kyekijinji boogere nga bamala budde oliba ofunye siringi
byokolanga biganye lemerako abataagaliza basusse lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako byokolanga byesibye nnyo lemerako n'abatesi beetawula nnyo lemerako gumikiriza lemerako tuli balumungo wangudde lemerako